mixing in with first team defense?
Say that again?
Team Kelly, like mixing in with first team
Yeah. He's been rolling on. I mean, he's in and out. I mean, we've got good competition there. He and Shelton kind of been manning that spot, and both of them doing really good. I mean, Tink's a good football player. We all know Shelton's a good player, but Tink has really, come on, and we feel like, we got him in the right spot.
You had
He's
your
playing some corner too.
Yeah.
had your outing yesterday at the lake. How valuable was that for the freshmen, the transfers you brought in, just a bonding experience?
Yeah, Thursday.
I'm sorry,
yesterday.
Thursday.
I'm with you, man. I do know today's Saturday, barely. Yesterday was a double day for us, so we went yesterday morning. We flipped camp, so we get to that. Today is 13 days in a row that we've done something, that we've been together, meetings or practice or whatever. So Thursday we had meetings in the morning, and then went out to the lake for about 3 hours and came back and had meetings that night. So it's just a great day. It's always a lot of fun. I'm always reminded why we do it once I get out there. I've obviously been here a long time and have a great appreciation for the area and all that's offered around here. And Lake Keowee is one of the most beautiful lakes in the country. People come from all over the country just for that. They don't, they're just coming to Lake Keowee. And we're really blessed because it just happens to be here. And, I've said this many times, when I first came to Clemson, I was here several years before I ever even went on Lake Keowee. And I was like, wow. And then, I became the head coach, and I realized that we had a lot of players that would come here and not even know anything about really what that was around them. So we just started doing that, and it's been awesome. So because these guys, sometimes they hadn't been on a boat, sometimes they haven't been in a lake. It's amazing. It is a beautiful place and a ton of fun, and just a great opportunity to spend time together as a team in a different setting, and just, especially, at that time in camp. So we've been going a while. Again, I think this is day 13. Tomorrow we got pictures, fan day, meetings tomorrow night. Got meetings tonight. Got a guest speaker tonight. Meetings tomorrow night. Monday will be a double day. Tuesday is our last day at Jervey. And then Wednesday will be the first day off for them. And whatever that is, 15, 16 days straight, they'll have just a day. If they're not in treatment, they'll have a day off. Meetings, everything. And then we'll come back and have our last preseason game next Thursday. And so, it goes quick. It's just like that. Here we are, rolling this time. The week from tomorrow, we'll be turning the script, getting ready for game prep. So we've got a lot of work to do between now and then, and this will be a big week. This will be a lot to clean up from this tape, and a lot to apply in the next couple practices, and certainly into, our last preseason game, if you will, next Thursday, because that'll be it. We might have a few live plays, maybe that following Monday, but then it's school starts, and it's all FUD and getting ready to go play the game.
I wanted to ask you, the other day you went and saw George Bennett. I wanted to ask you about him and what he's meant to Clemson all these years, and just kind of like his legacy at Clemson.
Yeah. I had somebody reach out to me and let me know that he was over in Seneca there at the Cottingham House. What a great place, by the way. Just great people, and those people that work there are amazing. First of all, that's your calling. But it was good. They didn't know I was coming. I just popped in, just on a whim. Just popped in over there, and I'm glad I got a chance. I think I caught him at a good time. Got a chance to see Nancy and his daughter. Jeff wasn't there. I didn't get a chance to see him, but Bonnie was there. But I just, I've been here. This is my 23rd year here, so I've been around George Bennett a long time. He is a true Clemson man, and people that have been around Clemson a long time know the impact that he's had. There's so many things that he has directly impacted. From traditions and just branding, you name it, all things Clemson. He's been a great ambassador for this university for a long time, and a great family. And I've spent a lot of time with him in various roles over the years. I just, for years, he'd show up every week, Tuesday or Wednesday, every single week and bring us a cake every week. And you go in there and go, oh man. And so just have a lot of appreciation for that family, and certainly George and what he's meant to IPTAY and everybody that's been a part of this great university. Again, he's been very instrumental in a lot of things.
He was a part of that group of coaches, I guess we could say, who would sit in on your Tuesday press conference back in the day. And how'd you feel about that group? Because that was a pretty select group that was allowed to come in there and listen to you every Tuesday.
Yeah, they just showed up to try to keep you in check. They just had one job, was to keep you in check. Fun group. Like the old geezers back there, they all sitting back there, and they just, got a lot of great memories from a lot of those guys, from sitting over there in McFadden to certainly coming over here in the West End Zone. And they show up every week. Just a bunch of great, and I guess they'd go to lunch after that. But he was always a part of that.
Yeah. It's crazy the traditions that he started with the cannon, obviously, and then the $2 bill tradition.
Yeah.
That George was the kind of guy that was instrumental to all this.
I know it. It's crazy, and it's just one of those really cool things. The $2 bill is like, people love that. They really do. And non-Clemson people think that's cool. Like, wow, what are you doing? You just meet, and it's a way to meet a lot of people. I can't tell you how many times I've been out and about, and I'll just say, here, you throw a $2 bill, whether it's a tip or a bill or whatever, and people love it. They really do. And it's just one of those cool things. And what a neat tradition. And especially back when you're trying, bowl bids were a big deal back in the day. You want to get the Blue Bonnet Bowl, or remember them Hall of Fame Bowl and some of those bowls. You didn't have that many bowls, and so to get a bid was a big deal. Mm-hmm. And part of that was how many tickets can you sell, how many fans can you bring, and I think part of trying to maybe measure that a little bit, especially when there's cash was king, right? You didn't have debit cards and all this stuff, phones, and so everybody's leaving these $2 bills, and it was a way to get that into the circulation of the economy there locally, and you just all of a sudden you got a bunch of $2 bills with tiger paws floating around everywhere because people are paying with them. And so even though now everything's more digital and you got cards and debit cards and things, people still bring those $2. I do the same thing. Kath will go get me like $52 bills. I'll run out, and I guess they still stamp them because she just brings them home, and I know she don't stamp them.
I think Clemson banks are the only ones in America that carry the $2 bills, and some of them will stamp them for you.
Yeah. And my father-in law's a printer. He don't print money, but he loves to get those $2 bills, and he's got the stamp. So he constantly goes to the local banks there in Hoover, Alabama. And he's got a little quick copy printing, but he constantly goes to those banks and gets $2 bills, and he stamps them and he hands them out. He hands them out all the time. He's 83, and he hands $2 bills out to everybody in Hoover, Alabama.
Awesome.
And you know what? And that was something that started with George Bennett. That's pretty cool.
We were talking earlier about freshmen that flashed. I guess who in particular, like the freshmen, do you remember that flashed?
Ask me about somebody. Anybody?
Gideon.
Yeah, he had a good day. All the backs. Gideon did a nice job. Azuma May's not a freshman; he's a redshirt freshman. Both of those guys were outstanding today. Both flashed, and I'm trying to think of other freshmen.
Brookings.
Who?
Brookings.
Yeah, Logan has been really just a guy steadily getting better. He's a guy that. If he's not in that top three, we got a pretty good little group right there with OPH and SAP and Benny. So he's a guy that if he's not in that top three, we'll try to probably hold him if we can. But let me tell you, he's as good as anybody we got. He's a lot like Bentoncourt last year, knowing that we had Brenny and OPH and SAP. We don't want to waste a year, but he's a guy that we'll probably have ready all year. But that kid is special, man. He's probably as gifted as anybody when it comes to his change of direction and his explosiveness, in and out of cuts. he's a very gifted kid. He's tough as nails. He ain't got no choice, and you know, wouldn't be able to live with Keith. He wasn't, you know. So he's a tough kid. So he's doing really, really well.
What about Logan Anderson? He physically looks really good.
Logan's going to be a really good player. You know, I'd say he and Drew and Kuba Taylor, those three, you kind of got that group of guys I talked, and then you got those guys that they just need reps. They just, you know, like you see Drew coming. Drew and Kuba Taylor. Kuba Taylor is, you know, the most probably explosive hitter we got. That says a lot. Like this kid is an explosive hitter. I mean, he is a true thumper. He's just got to put it all together. He's just a guy that's going to develop. He'll be a special teams guy for us. Same with Drew Woodaz. Drew looks great. Drew's really grown, he looks great. He's literally physically grown, and he's a really good athlete. He's fast. He's putting together. Logan was out all spring, so you know he's just got the most to learn and a lot of installation. But as far as his athleticism, his traits, he's got all the traits. So coming off an ACL injury too, he's done a nice job. 226 or 7 pounds, and got a little ways to go as far as putting it all together. But we really like him as a prospect.
Gavin Blanchard, some of you last time.
Yeah. Gavin is. He's played some center today. He's played left guard. He's played right guard. He's played right tackle. True freshman. And he's functional. So to be able to be functional at 4 positions as a true freshman, that tells you how he's made from a football IQ standpoint. And he's a tough physical kid. So he's just taking advantage of his opportunity. And, you know, one of those guys that hopefully will be a good depth guy for us.
That left guard position, how's that going with Sewell and Sadler?
It's a battle. Those guys they're just, I don't see any form or fashion that, you know, those first 7 guys aren't going to play. They're all going to play. It's just too close. They're all really good players. But obviously 5 will run out there. We'll figure that out as we get closer to the game. But I'm really pleased with that group.
Braden Easton come back from injury today, progressing.
Who?
Braden Jacobs.
Braden was out there today. He got some work in today. He's doing good. Good to get him back rolling a little bit.
Talking about Gideon had a good day today. Tony Elliott used to talk about sticking your face in the fan. Have you seen that willingness with him to block, pass, protect?
Oh yeah. He's just happens really, really fast. And so the game's still slowing down for him when it comes to, especially all the stuff that he's looking at defensively right now. Because there's a lot going on over there. They got a lot going on, like a washing machine, stuff everywhere, man. He's willing. That's the main thing. So, and he's smart. And as long as you got that, the rest of it will come through getting some good reps.
So trivia question leading into a bigger question. So there's 5 guys on your current roster who are on the team in the 2020 COVID year. Just to think about how long ago.
Who those
that
guys are. 5 guys that are, so T-Bone would be one.
Yeah.
Walker would be one.
Yep.
T-Bone, Walker.
This is not the question itself, but just the lead-in.
Tristan Lee was on that team, wasn't he? Did he come in 20?
I think it was 21.
Dang it. All right, hang on. T-Bone.
Casperson?
I don't think he was on the team.
No.
Was he? Flo wasn't on that team. So I know it was T-Bone and Parks and
Special team.
K Park
Yep.
and T-Bone, Parks, K Part.
A kicker.
A kicker? Oh, Kastner.
Yeah. Kastner and then Helms, who's now.
And Helms. Oh, that's true.
I just figured that out.
That was a trick question.
So just think about how long ago that was and how there's still a few guys around, like that last remnant of such a
Yeah.
crazy year. Just reflect on what it's like. This is 6 years, I guess, 6 seasons since that COVID season and how
It's
insane
crazy.
it was.
Yeah, crazy. Nuts. That whole thing was crazy. And I said this one time, I put everything in a glass jar and it says, for the next head coach, break if necessary. If pandemic, break only in pandemic. I mean, that was an insane year for sure, you know, Zoom, and we learned a lot. There was probably a lot of things that made us all better. I mean, just technology-wise and things that we had to figure out, that some positives from it, but, and some kids got extra years. That's probably a positive. Some of those guys, you wouldn't have Capehart right now. And I think he benefits for sure from another year. There's been some of these quarterbacks that have benefited as well. That I
Parks
think-
too.
Yeah, Parks, you know, I mean, all that he's been through. So, yeah, it's a crazy time. And I mean, I don't even really think about it anymore. I just like, but it'll be weird next year, I guess, to, you don't have the,
Yeah.
we always have like a certain area designated on our personnel chart, that Dooley does.
Since with Osen Patrick coming back from getting his tonsil removed, how has he looked so far being back in full go in camp?
He's been excellent. He's ready to roll. I mean, he had a great summer. He just, you know, it was unfortunate right there, right before camp. They were like, well, and they were just afraid if they didn't do it, that it might flare up during the season. And so just went ahead and, you know, it was like, oh, he just missed the first couple days of camp. But I mean, Olsen's a really good player. He's tough. He's physical. He really understands. I mean, he's just a mature kid, good leader at that spot. It's a good group. It's a really good group. Him and Sapp and Benny, and them guys are, that's a good room. It's a good room. And then you got Logan, you got Charlie Johnson, Chef, Banks Pope. I mean, it's a really good room of football players.
You mentioned DeMonte Capehart. How was his kind of mentality coming off of last year, where probably was a little bit disappointing for him? How have you seen him approach this season?
He's been good. I mean, he's in great shape. He's in elite conditioning as far as, you know, where we hoped he would be. I think he was about 305 or 306. I mean, so he's strong, and he's practiced every day and missed a single day. So, you know, that's always been the big thing with Capehart is availability, just consistency in being available to really put it all together. So he's been there every day. It's been really good so far.
2, 3 more for coach.
Is Bettencourt, is he a well-rounded tight end at this point, both blocking and receiving? What have you seen from him?
He's a stud. He's tough. He's great route runner, really good ball skills, loves it. Gym rat, studies the game. I mean, he's just a really good player. Gonna be, a great player for us. Like I said, I mean, I know Sapp doesn't necessarily have the you know, he doesn't always get he doesn't have some of the credentials as some of these guys, but that dude's a good football player. Sapp's a good player. I mean, he's he plays beyond his attributes. You know, sometimes you find guys in this game that they just play beyond what you think, because he's not a big guy, he's not a long guy, but he plays big, he plays long. He's very smart, very crafty, he's instinctive, he makes plays on the ball, he's a good yards after the catch guy, just really understands the game. So, I mean, again, he doesn't have the total package maybe of Bettencourt or Olsen just from a sheer measurable standpoint, but Sapp can play any day of the week. That guy can play.
You said Kuba is the hardest hitter on the team. Are we talking David Dunham knocking Matt Ryan's helmet off?
Yeah, he's got that type of thump. You know, he reminds me a little bit of B.J. Goodson. Y'all remember B.J. Goodson? B.J. was one of them guys. Took him a couple years to kind of put it together, but he was one of them dudes that even before he really was the dude, like you're like, whoa. I mean, you felt him. And Kuba Taylor, I mean, he's one of those guys when he hits people, like people clap. You know, he's just a naturally physical guy. Again, he's not a complete player yet, but he's got the attributes that you like in a linebacker.
One more for coach, who has one? All right,
Thank you, Coach.
All right,